Yo, what is up guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video we're going to go ahead and fix a few things on the M45 that are bothering me. For example, the chrome piece on the front of the grill has two broken tabs on the side, which are these right here. And we're going to go ahead and attempt to fix it by using some JB Weld and technically just like gluing these back on there just like that. It should be pretty straightforward. I don't see it being really difficult at all, if I'm being honest with you. And then I'm going to try to put some more around the edges right here because I feel like these are also kind of breaking. You can see like a little bit of movement on the plastic piece. Yeah, right there, there's like a crack. So I'm just going to throw some on there to hold it up. And then we're going to go ahead and paint these a gloss black. The clear that I have, which is this one, is a really strong clear. It's a 2K. That hardens up really good and it leaves a really strong residue on there, or a coat that's gonna last a long time. So that's what I use. I'm gonna do that after I paint it, but right now we're just gonna go ahead and fix this. I purchased some JB Weld, which is this one right here. We're just gonna use a little bit, put it on there, and then I'm gonna take the wrap off of that as well, just to show you guys a little bit of what I did. Was I tested it out to see how I would like the grill being black, and I think it looks a lot better than the chrome in my opinion. But I just added like a strip going down, so we're gonna go ahead and remove it, sand it down with 320 grit. My 320 is this one right here, which is gonna leave the surface really smooth. And then we're gonna paint a gloss black, which is this one over here. So it's pretty straightforward to remove it. You know, you open the hood and you have 8mm nuts that you gotta remove, and it'll come right off. I've seen a lot of videos where people just purchase the trim and go ahead and just replace it, but I think this is really expensive. I might be wrong, but I think it's like $100 just for this trim right here, which you can fix with maybe even $8 going to AutoZone, going to your local home store that sells, you know, JB Weld to fix this. All right, so there you go. Just went ahead and put some at the bottom. You don't want to really put any on the top because that surface is supposed to be pretty flat. So I just put a bunch at the bottom in order to hold it down. Same thing on this side. So now we're just going to let that dry. Alright, so here are how the headlights look right now. And as you guys can see, they are pretty foggy and like yellow. And our goal is to go ahead and re-clear them. And in order to do that, you have to take off the top coat, which is the part that is yellow. So we're gonna sand it down with a 320 block. And same thing right here. You can see that they're all yellow. Let me close the hood really quick so you guys can see it a little bit better. So yeah, right there you can see they're really yellow. You can't really see the black housing in the back. And you're just gonna grab some water and your sanding block. And you're just gonna go through it, and you will even see like the yellow begin to come off. See that? You can see it right there. All that yellow stuff is gonna begin to come off, and you want to keep doing that until it's completely off. That way, at that point, you can go ahead and re-clear it. So right there you can see a bunch of yellow just coming off, and it is going to look really hazy once you're done sanding it, but when you clear it, all that haze is going to go away. Technically, how it looks away is how it's going to look when it's cleared. So you're just going to keep going at it until you see no more yellow coming off, and then you're good to go ahead and re-clear them. And I'm going to do it while it's on the car. I'm just going to use some tape around the areas to seal it up, but I'll continue to do this, and then I'll show you guys the final result, how it looks all hazed, and then clear coated after that. Alright, so here is the headlight sanded down, and then if you wet it, you will see that it'll clear up. And this one looks completely yellow, so you want to go ahead and sand it down, remove that. You want to work your way up from like 300 to 320 to 400, and then if possible go to even 1,000. That way I can smooth it down as much as possible, because right now you can see that there's a few like lines and scratches. I mean, the clear coat should clean that up and make it go away, because they're not like super defined where it's inside of the headlight. It's more of just like, you know, scratches from sanding it down, of course. So I'm just gonna leave it like this. I used 400 right now and it's pretty smooth, and now we're just gonna go ahead and re-clear it, but I gotta wait for my other stuff to dry out so I can do that. So let's go ahead and do the other side and put some tape around it, and then we can go ahead and re-clear it. Alright, so I did my first spray right here. After sanding it down, we're gonna go over it again, and this one we're gonna go ahead and start spraying it. Just gonna do like light coats on it. Alright, that should be it for the first coat, and then we'll go over it again. That way it can look a lot glossier, but it's looking pretty good right now. Alright, so now I'm going to begin using the clear coat since I already sprayed everything. This is a 2-part solution, so it has a hardener like at the bottom, and you're going to use this little cap right here. You're going to push it into the back really hard, and it's going to release the hardener, and you have to use it as soon as possible, and you have to wear a mask. So I have this one right here. If you don't wear a mask, I promise you will get sick and you're not going to feel good for the next possibly 2 weeks. So make sure you use a mask if you're going to do this. But we're going to go ahead and spray it. Or I'm going to spray it on all these parts. So this, that over there, and then also on the headlights. Alright, so I've done 2 coats already. I'm going to do just like 3 or 4, and then we're going to allow it to dry. But as you guys can see, there's a huge difference already with the clearness of the lens. Looks a lot better. It made a huge difference, if I'm being honest with you. So we'll do 2 more coats, I think, and then we'll just let it dry. But this is going to last a really long time because I did this on the 370Z. On this one I did it years ago and it still looks good. Alright guys, there you go. That is how the M45 looks now with the headlights re-cleared. The car is a little bit dirty. I didn't want to wash it right now just because I just did the headlights and the grill, and I want to wait, I would say about maybe a week until I decide to go ahead and like wash it and stuff. So I'm gonna leave it like this for a while until then. But the headlights came out amazing along with the grill. Let me show you a little bit closer. But right there, if you guys remember, they were really yellow, and then after sanding it down, they got hazy, and now you can see they look almost brand new. Looks really sick. The spray can that I purchased, I think is about 25 bucks. So I mean, you can spend 25 bucks to re-clear them yourself, or you can pay, I don't know what do these headlights go for? Maybe 200. I'm not really sure. I haven't really looked into it, but you know, obviously a spray can is going to be a lot less expensive than, you know, some brand new headlights. There are other ways of re-clearing your headlights, which are for the most part very temporary. And do know that they sell some kits where like you just have to sand it, you compound it and polish it, and then it is clear again. But that's only going to last you so long. I think when I used to do that on the Z, it would last me like honestly about 2 weeks, and it will start to yellow again. After re-clearing my 370Z headlights, it's been perfect ever since, and it hasn't yellowed anymore. And that was like 3 years ago when I cleared the ones on the 370Z. So I know for sure these are going to last a really long time. If you guys want to do this, you're going to have no regrets with doing this. And honestly, it took me, you can say like 30 minutes just to do the headlights. It took me a little bit longer because I was doing the grill as well, and it came out really nice as well. Like right there, you can see it's really shiny. Somebody actually gave me a thumbs up today because they liked how the front looked, and that's like the first compliment that I've got on this car. So I know that it made a huge difference on the M45 once I did the headlights and I did the grill. So on the emblem, I was going to do it white to match the wheels, but I think the chrome does look a little bit better. It's a little bit of paint right there, but I do think that the chrome looks a little bit better because it has chrome pieces still, like in the headlight housing itself. It still has chrome in there, so it like complements it. But overall, I'm really satisfied with it. So if you guys want to purchase it, I'll link it down in the description below. I'll share with you guys a link. I got it from Amazon. It was 25 bucks. Not expensive at all. So you guys can do this on your own. And I just had some sandpaper laying around from another project that I had. But for the M45, I think I am going to do a few more things. I do want to look for a spoiler for this car, like an add-on to this one. I might have to just do something custom to it because I can't find anything, and I don't really want to remove the one that it currently has on there because it doesn't look bad. So I'll see if I can find something there. I do know that there's something in the back that I can add. I want to get that as well, and then maybe wrap the roof black just to give it a cleaner look. And I think I might actually have to raise the car in the back about 1/2 inch just because I do scrape quite a bit on the back, and it's kind of a little bit lower than the front. Like right now you can kind of see that the front is like right above the tire with the fender, and the back it's like kind of tucking a little bit. So I want to even it out because I do scrape quite a bit on the back. The exhaust sits pretty low, right like under the axles. It has the resonators right there and it hits the ground, so that'll fix that issue. And then what else? Just give it a clean look. I do want to add tips still. I just left it off with the exhaust off because it sounded pretty nice. I don't know if I'm going to make it like much louder because it sounds pretty good right now. It's like quiet, but it still has a rumble to it. But it looks pretty clean. I like it. So far I'm enjoying this car. No issues whatsoever. If you guys watched the previous video, doing my first oil change with the new engine in there, I didn't have any issues at all. Coolant's good, engine oil was good. I just had a little bit of consumption, not consumption, but from the PCV valves, it was leaking a little bit through there. And in that video, I actually replaced the PCV valves with newer ones, and it has actually slowed it down drastically on how much oil is going through the PCV valves, through those lines, and now into the catch can. There's like almost nothing in there, so I know that helped out quite a bit. And I haven't really seen the oil drop down after changing the PCV valves. So something's telling me that it was just that the PCV valves needed to be replaced, and it's doing a lot better now. There's almost no oil consumption that I'm seeing on the M45. I can gladly say that everything is good with the motor. There's no issues with it whatsoever. And you know, I'm really happy with the car. I love how it looks. It's a perfect 4-door sedan. That's a pretty big car. There's a lot of space in the trunk. And I'm most likely going to do like an overall review of the M45, if you guys should buy it, things like that. If you should actually rebuild it if you're having issues with yours. I want to make a few videos on the M45 as well when it comes to those type of discussions. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and end the video right there. Hopefully you guys like how the M45 looks. I'm really happy with the overall look of the M45 now, how clean it is with the headlights being restored. It just gives it so much more of a newer look than what it looked like before with the headlights being so yellow. It looks really bad and nasty. This is for sure something you should do to your M45 if you're interested in doing it. It's going to make a huge difference on the car, no doubt. But yeah, a few more videos to come. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.